Hello everyone, welcome to another video with me.
I didn't get that.
Shush, Siri. So rude. It is a bloody gorgeous day today outside. That is just, I just went for a walk and it was 24 degrees out there. That's Celsius, by the way, if you have to clarify. 24 Fahrenheit would be rather cold. I'm feeling positive about existence today. You know, I've got my coffee, I've just washed my hair, it's a gorgeous day outside, and life's just looking good, you know? So let's do something good today. I don't know, let's make a video. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, hair in my mouth. Today I'm going to teach you 5 hot tips, or hacks, if you will, on how to actually get up when you want to get up in the morning. Not necessarily early, because I know like some people are night shift workers, some people just want to go to bed at 2 a.m. and get up at 10 a.m. because, you know, that's still 8 hours of sleep. That's fine. I'm just going to teach you how to actually get out of bed when you want to get out of bed instead of being sabotaged by your tired, morning, lazy brain. Content warning, there's gonna be swearing. If you're not into that, maybe don't watch it. I did a lot of research, a lot of trial and error, and these are the 5 things that have worked best for me personally. For context, I had insomnia for about a year, which really sucked. If you've had insomnia temporarily, a lot of people have it temporarily, you know, for like, I don't know, a couple days a week. Imagine that for the entire stretch of a year. It sucked. I would go to bed at, let's say, midnight, and I would lie there, awake, staring at the ceiling, stressing about existence. I get to sleep at maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I'd have to get up at 7 or 8 o'clock to go to uni, and I was always tired. I could go on about insomnia for an entire video, and I might in the future, but that is not this video. What you need to know is, I couldn't fall asleep, but I could stay asleep. So my sleeping patterns were just a mess. They were all over the place. So, tip 1, you're probably gonna hate it, get up at a consistent time every single day. Our brains are simple, horrible beasts, and they need to be put on a leash. They need consistency, otherwise they're gonna muck you up. So let's say that on weekdays you have to get up at around about 6:30. It might be different for you, but I'm just using a number, alright? But then on weekends, you sleep until 10, because you can. No. Sorry, you're gonna hate me for saying it, but don't do it. It may feel good in the moment to finally sleep. You may be thinking, oh, I need to catch up on all that sleep I missed during the week. But it's really gonna be messing with your brain and body if 2 days a week you're sleeping in 4 hours later than what you are the rest of the days of the week. Essentially, throughout the week, from Monday through Friday, your body's slowly adjusting to getting up at 6:30 in the morning. And just when it's getting used to it, you sleep until 10. So it's like, oh, whatever, I'm gonna sleep until 10. Monday comes around and your body's like, what the hell? I have to get up 3.5 hours earlier than what I had to yesterday? What's up with that? And I get it. You're tired from a week of 9 to 5 bullshit work that you don't actually care about. Maybe you do, but a lot of people don't. And you just think, I just want to sleep. But almost all of you are gonna feel a whole lot better, be more productive, have more energy, be happier if you get up at a consistent time every day of the week, not just the days where you have to get up to go to work. Now, it can vary a little bit. If you want to give yourself a little bit of a sleep in, like you sleep until 7 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday, that's all right. You're not completely throwing yourself out. You're just giving yourself a little bit of like leeway, but your brain's still staying in that rhythm. So let's say, even if I went out partying, I don't really do that anymore because I'm nearly 30. I'm much more likely to stay at my friend's house till 3 a.m. playing board games. But anyway, let's say that I'm out till 3 a.m. doing something. Let's not judge. And I get home and I think, I normally get up at 7. I'm gonna sleep until 8. That'll be about as late as I push it, you know? So I get like 4.5 hours sleep instead of 3.5 hours sleep, but I'm not completely throwing my body off. What we wanna do is we wanna get our brains and bodies into a sort of rhythm. So in the morning, our internal body clocks are like, it's nearly 6:30, time to start waking up. And this way, you start waking up naturally and feel more alert and ready to go instead of being ripped from a deep sleep by an obnoxious alarm. Speaking of obnoxious alarms, iPhones and iPads and whatever else is have this really cool feature called bedtime built into the clock app. I'll put a little thing here while I explain this. Essentially what this does is you set a time to wake up every single day, so your alarm will wake you up at that same time. And you can change it a little bit. If you make a change to this clock, if you're on the latest iOS, the next day it goes back to your normal time again. So lately I've been getting up at 7:15. But last night I went to bed and I thought, you know what, I actually don't have to be up for anything tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep in an extra 15 minutes, just get a little bit more sleep because I feel like I need it. So I set my alarm forward to 7:30, but after that alarm went off this morning, it automatically went back to 7:15 again. You also program in how much sleep you want, so it tells you about when you should be going to bed. And again, on the latest iOS, it also tells you when you should be winding down. So if you pick up your phone about half an hour before your bedtime, it comes up with this screen that says wind down mode or something. And then you have to actually click dismiss before you can access any notifications or anything else on your phone. Honestly, getting up when you don't want to sucks. We all know that. Anyone who says that they enjoy it, they're lying, or they have something really good to get up for. But they're probably lying. Once I am up, I enjoy being up early, but that initial actually getting up out of bed, it sucks. But my next couple of tips are gonna make it a whole lot easier. Tip 2, sleep with your curtains or blinds slightly open. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be all the way open because I know that's kind of creepy. It can be if you want to, but I wouldn't. Just leave it open enough that some natural light can come into your room in the morning, because this is gonna help your body and brain wake up organically, naturally. I'm gonna try not to get too sciencey here, but we have this thing called a circadian rhythm. You might have heard of it. And this is what regulates our sleep-wake cycles, and it should be based on natural light and darkness, day and night. But us pesky humans with our technology have gone and messed with it a bit. Thanks, Thomas Edison, for making that light bulb and ruining our circadian rhythms. So essentially, when we let light naturally enter our rooms in the morning, our brains think, it's daytime. Time to be awake. And this stops us from producing our sleep hormone, melatonin, our blood pressure rises, our body temperature rises, our heart rate rises, all the things that make us ready to tackle existence for another day. Even if the light doesn't wake you up naturally, it's probably at least started that process, so when your alarm goes off, you're not so groggy. When you sleep with the curtains closed, particularly when they're blackout curtains or you have those zombie apocalypse style shutters, it can be the middle of the day and it is dark in your room. So your brain's like, it's still nighttime. Better keep sleeping, keep reducing that melatonin, and your alarm goes off to start getting ready for work, and your brain's thinking, what's happening? Isn't it the middle of the night? It hasn't prepped you at all, and that's a big reason why you feel like crap in the morning. You can actually buy these special alarm clocks which start emitting light at a certain time before your wake-up time, so it simulates the same thing. Hot tip number 3, you're not gonna like it, but it's probably the best bit of advice I've ever gotten for getting up in the morning. Don't snooze. Not even once, don't do it. I know it's really difficult, but hear me out. So we sleep in cycles, and these cycles typically last around about 90 minutes. So what happens when you wake up in the morning and then click snooze is that you're starting a new sleep cycle and your body's ready to go into another 90 minutes of sleeping, and then you're getting ripped out of it about 7 minutes later. And your brain's gonna be like, what the fuck just happened? Weren't we just falling asleep? And it's gonna wanna keep sleeping, and you're gonna feel tired and groggy and gross because it had already started that process of prepping you to fall back asleep again. Do you ever wake up before your alarm, like earlier than you expected, and you think, I feel fresh as fuck, but I don't have to get up for another half an hour. I'm just gonna stay here in bed, all nice and cozy, And then you fall back asleep again, and like 20 minutes later or whatever, your alarm goes off, and then you don't feel fresh as fuck. You feel like death warmed up because you messed with your sleep cycles. So in the moment, you may feel like, it'd be real nice to sleep for another 9 minutes. Believe me, you're gonna feel a whole lot better if you just get up. Getting into the habit of not snoozing is difficult, but it doesn't take as long as you'd think. I relied heavily on Mel Robbins' 5-second rule to get into the habit, and if you don't know who she is, I'll link her TED Talk below. She's great, but the essence of it is when you wake up in the morning and you think, oh my god, I can't be bothered getting up, I just want to snooze. What you need to do is just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just jump out of bed before you even have time to really second guess yourself. Sounds kind of dumb, but it really does work. Just spring out of bed, and then once you're out of bed, stay out. But getting out of bed is the hardest part anyway. Which brings me to my next tip, which I actually got from Mel. Tip number 4, do not sleep with your phone/alarm next to your bed. Don't you do it. I use my phone for my alarm because minimalism, why would I buy a separate alarm? But for years, I slept with it next to my bed. And this was a terrible idea because even when I said, all right, I'm getting up as soon as my alarm goes off in the morning, I am not snoozing, sometimes my tired brain would just sabotage me. I wouldn't even really think about it. My brain would just be like, tired, snooze. Mel recommends not even plugging it in the same room that you sleep. But I think this doesn't work for everybody. It's fine if you have an ensuite or a walk-in robe with a PowerPoint or something. I actually still plug it in my room, but I do it on the other side of my bedroom. As long as I actually have to get up out of bed to turn off the alarm, that's the worst part. As soon as I'm actually up, it's like, I can just stay up now. My final tip, tip number 5, is something called one tired day. Now, I don't actually remember who I got this tip off, but it was a YouTuber a couple of years back. Whoever it was, credit to you. It works like this. Let's say that you are getting up at around 10 o'clock every day, but you really want to be getting up at 7 o'clock. So instead of going 9:30, 9, 8, 8:30, and slowly working your way back, just go to bed at your normal time and set your alarm for your desired regular wake up time. So even if you're normally going to bed at 2 a.m. and you're getting up at 10, just go to bed at 2 a.m. still, but sleep with your blinds open a crack, put your alarm on the other side of the room, and set that alarm to 7 a.m. And when that alarm goes off in the morning and you're like, God damn, I am so tired because I've only slept for 5 hours, just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump out of bed and stay awake. And by the end of this one tired day, you're probably going to be exhausted enough that you'll be ready to go to sleep a couple of hours earlier than what you normally would, making it easier to get up at the same time again the next day. This rule makes a lot of sense to me. If you're used to going to sleep at 2 and getting up at 10, if you want to get up at 7, just going to bed 3 hours earlier at 11 o'clock, it probably won't work. You're just going to lie there, your body's going to be like, nope, not tired. And then you're going to be angry because you're going to waste 3 hours lying in bed not sleeping. Alright, bonus tip, bet you didn't see that coming. This is a bonus because it's not specifically about getting up in the morning, but the tip is get better quality sleep. I could probably do a whole video on this, but let's just keep to some basics. So back when I was an insomniac, my doctor said don't do anything in bed that isn't sleep, sex, or maybe reading. So when you go to bed, your brain's like, ah yes, this is a bed. This is where we sleep, not where we binge 5 seasons of Schitt's Creek till 5 in the morning. Also, try to cut back on the booze. I know it's 2020 and we could all use a drink every now and then, or now and now, like right now. But if your body is busy trying to break down alcohol, your sleep is gonna take a hit. There's a whole lot of scientific research, but I'm not gonna get into it. Did I tell you guys that I have a degree in biology? Alright, that's all there is. There isn't any more. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did say that at some point I was gonna make a video that wasn't based around minimalism. Here it is. If you did find any of these tips useful, please feel free to give me a thumbs up because it helps the algorithm to treat me kindly. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, join my growing band of musketeers. Can there be more than 3 musketeers? Yes, sure they can. Click on this face and that's how you would do that. On that note, thank you to the 19 of you who have deemed me worthy enough to subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate it. I honestly thought that I was gonna just be talking to no one for a year. I thought I'll just be pumping out videos and no one's gonna be commenting and I'm gonna be talking to space. But it's been going a lot more efficiently than what I thought it would. So thank you all very much for that. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna keep making videos so you can keep watching them.